is up, everybody? It's your girl Tracy. Today I'm just gonna be trying to get myself together. It is Saturday at 12 o'clock. I had to work from home yesterday because it was like sleeting and snowing. And for those of you who don't know, I work like an hour and a half away. And I was already getting off work at 12 o'clock tomorrow. So I just told my manager, I was like, hey, can I please work from home or use my PTO? And that's what I did. So as soon as 12 o'clock hit yesterday, I sat around for a little while and I was just so like tired and exhausted. So I went and picked up my kids because they were still able to go. They didn't have school because of the the snowstorm, which it didn't snow, by the way. But I went and I picked them up from the after school care or the daycare or whatever. And we got back home like maybe around 3 o'clock. And I had to like really sit down and talk to my kids and tell them, hey, listen, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I really want to go to sleep. I don't want to hear a lot of hollering, yelling, because if I hear that, then all of y'all are going to sleep. I really want y'all to stay up. Y'all already don't got y'all devices, and that's already a long story by itself. But I'm like, if y'all want to stay up, listen, I don't need to be hearing no noises. So long story short, they all came in and they laid with me and they fell asleep with me. So I'm just so grateful for that. I felt like that was like God's little token, like, in the Bible where it says, come to me, all of those who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest, for my burden is easy. My burden, my, I don't know what it says, but basically give all your problems and get everything to God. And I feel like that's what he was doing. He was giving me that godly rest that I have been praying and longing for. So anyway, we all slept until about 7 o'clock. And then the kids, they got up. And, I was just still laying around. And I think I ended up going back to sleep. And so I had woke back up, but then I had like got my kids to go in the bed for the rest of the night. And they all went to sleep. And literally I slept until about 2:30. So like, and I was still sleepy. Like I woke up and I went to sleep after they went back to sleep. But then I woke up like around 12 o'clock, didn't go back to sleep until like 2:30. And I didn't wake up again until, what time was it? I didn't wake up again until about like 9:30 this morning. And by that time, my kids were already up. They had already fixed them some cereal and everything. See, this is the perks that I do love, that at least I don't have. Like, I feel like I'm so mentally exhausted now than I was when my kids were smaller. I don't know if it's like because I'm getting older, and then it doesn't help either that I'm eating unhealthy. I have a sweet tooth. I always have a sweet tooth at night. That's why the Jif that I always have, it never makes it in the pantry. It goes straight upstairs, because when I'm too lazy to like go downstairs, or if I don't want to be bombarded with a lot of sugar and sweets, I just get a spoonful of this and a spoonful and a half. I always have me some water. And then, but yesterday I had like a Waterloo, which is like a sparkling water. But anyway, I said all that to say I got so much stuff that I need to get done. Thankfully, the room, it looks like it's a mess, but it's not that much that I need to do. I do need to wash clothes, but I'm not going to wash clothes until later. Today, I said that I want to take my time, like, getting myself together. Like, I want to make sure that I'm really properly taking care of myself, that, whatever like depression that I have, I feel like it's not depression mentally. Some days I feel like I'm okay, and then there's most days where I feel like I'm not really okay. And it's because I have so much on my brain, so many decisions that I need to make, so many things that I'm thinking about, I'm worried about, I'm worried about, the next job. I'm worried about my business. And I'm worried about, if I want to stay at this house. I'm worried about making sure I'm paying my bills on time. I'm worried about my children. I'm worried about making sure that they're staying on top of their education. It's just so many things that, it's kind of crossing my mind. And I feel like even when I'm laying down, my brain is still in overload. And one of the things that I definitely want to start back doing, which I am going to start back doing today, is start writing out all of the things that I need to get done and checking it off one by one. I used to be like so on top of everything. I almost never kept anything here. I legit used to write everything down, but I just feel like every part of my life, every area of my life is just so rushed. And I just feel like if I slow down, if I let up, that means something is going to be lacking, something is going to be missed, something is never going to be accomplished. And that's just my brain right now. And I'm just like not trying to be wired into that anymore because it's just stressful. So anyway, I have to make up my bed and stuff. I have to take my bath. Of course, it's the holidays, and I'm thinking about doing Instacart or DoorDashing, depending on how I feel. I'm actually gonna leave my kids home. They are young enough to stay home for a few hours while I go and take care of what I need to take care of. So I am very thankful for that. And my kids, I already know they're gonna want to ride with me, but I'm like, no, I need this time for myself. Like sometimes I don't even do anything. I don't spin. I don't do nothing. Sometimes I just need that time to myself to just ride. Now, the only thing that I can honestly say when it comes to me riding, taking that long drive to work and from work is that I have time to like really just think and just do what I want to do uninterrupted. But it is kind of interrupted because, I'm driving. So my brain is still focusing on something. But I already said there is going to come a time where I don't have to worry about anything. I literally can just relax. Don't have to worry about somebody calling my name, somebody screaming and yelling like they're doing now. And yeah, I'm just trying to keep my kids occupied. And right now, I'm just kind of going through it with my children right now. It's like a lot of restructuring of our lives and their lives because they're like, their dad got them a cell phone. We got my younger two kids a cell phone. My oldest one, he can have it. Hold on. This is a part of single motherhood that I always like to avoid, don't want to talk about, but I know that there's some people that live out their single motherhood, like dealing with their children's dad. They live it out loud or whatever. And I used to be like, why? But I kind of see, because this is like really insane and I just got to tell you. So remember, like I had to abruptly stop or whatever. So I had gave my kids a clear instruction. I told them to go downstairs and do this one thing, but instead I heard them playing so much so I had to like stop recording. But then I was getting ready to record and then my sister and my dad called me. So while I'm on the phone with them, I get a phone call from my children's dad. Literally just called and just started crashing out, started arguing. Mind you, I haven't talked to this man in weeks. He got cell phones that he paid, that he bought for them. And, but they've had their phones and stuff taken away. And so he's just upset because he had to call me, just to figure out what's going on, if they're on punishment and all of this kind of stuff, right? And so I guess he wasn't really understanding. And next thing you know, the conversation just went all the way left. And it was to the point where I was on the phone with him for like 14 minutes. And I was just like, kept looking at my phone. And I'm just like, oh, he's not going to hang up. Okay, I guess I have to be the one to hang up the phone because I'm not about to listen to all of this. So anyway, he hung up. I hung up the phone. He ended up calling me back. I blocked him and I just said, you know what? You got where you wanted, because at the end of the day, you don't see your children. You call and be like, hey, I just want to call and tell you that I love you. You don't even have no substance to the conversations anymore. I don't understand. Like, you pay child support, but I could really go into detail on the whole child support situation too. But he does pay child support, but the anger, the fussing, cussing, all of this stuff that was going on, completely unnecessary. Like, this man literally just hates my guts just because I don't entertain him at all. Like, I don't entertain him at all. So anyway, I ended up having this prayer, and I prayed to God this morning, and I said, God, I always have some areas that, I'm just always so unsure about. And I was like, God, I need for you to just show me what to do with my children. Like, I want things to be okay with my children's dad, so that, he's okay, like he's okay and I'm okay, and we can like co-parent and raise him together or whatever. But like I said, I don't hate this man. This man hates my guts, okay? And he hates my guts literally because I don't entertain him anymore. Like, literally, it has nothing to do with my kids. Like, I'm so unproblematic, and he knows that. So he just like try to find every little excuse to get upset with me, which I'm smiling, and it's also hilarious. But this is why I'm also glad as well that I just got my security system. Like, I got all of this stuff down pat because, he can kind of, it just seems like, I don't know if it's like drugs, it's a mental health, like it's a mental thing. I don't know what it is, but how can you like not talk to somebody for weeks, not have no issues, no concerns or anything, and just like start spazzing out like that? Like, I don't understand. But y'all, like I said, I prayed for this morning. I prayed last night actually, and I prayed this morning. I was like, God, I'm starting to get everything together in my life or whatever, but I was like, I just don't know how to handle the whole, baby daddy situation or whatever. And so today I feel like God was just giving me my answer that, everybody has already told me. They was like, Tracy, they don't need to be around your kids. Like, he don't need to be around your kids or whatever. Like, you are doing a good job, and I understand you might want some help. You might want this or whatever. That's what you got a village for. But somebody that always just angry, causing problems, and now your kids is stressed out, because it is affecting my kids too. My kids, they just like, he always say he's gonna do stuff, but he never does it. And my kids explain like, he's always threatening us to take the phones away. And I was like, so are y'all talking to y'all dad just because, you don't want to get your phone and take it away? He was like, yeah. And I was like, well, what if he says that what if I told you that I got your phone? I was like, would you mind talking to him? They was like, oh, well then no. And I'm just like, so now I have to like reteach my kids, like, listen, even though your dad might be angry and upset and doing all of this stuff, like, in the Bible, you still have to honor your mother and your father. But that doesn't mean that you have to like keep entertaining and being around a whole lot of toxicity, because you got to be able to be healthy. Your brain has to be healthy. So I have to go into that tangent and explain that to them. So yeah, y'all, my life literally is a movie. Like, okay, so, all right, back to what I was saying, right? Remember, I was telling y'all earlier that I was like, I'm tired of just keeping everything right here, that I really need to go back to writing things down, writing down what I need to do, and then just kind of check off my tags. Like, I'm very old school like that. And so I'm just right now just getting ready to go and just start writing down all of the stuff that I need to write. I feel like I need to get another planner, because I bought this planner way back in May and wrote absolutely nothing in there. That's how chaotic my life has been and how long it's been. It's actually been chaotic longer than that, but I'm just trying to force myself. I think this one is good all the way up until June of 2026. But like I said, I do need to have that on my to-do list to go and just write down everything that I need to write down. And so there's so many things that I need to do. And I guess I'll just start with my household stuff now. Today is Saturday, December the 6th. And I need to wash clothes, cook dinner, clean bathrooms, clean room. I'm just writing a lot of the things that I need to do. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna get everything done today. So I'm just writing down all of the stuff and just try to mark down everything that I need to do. Oh, I said that I was going to declutter as well. I feel like I just decluttered, but I'm going to have to do it again because a lot of the clothes that I decided to keep, I know that I will never wear. You know, like I'm just trying to kind of get back into like my best self right now, because when I tell you, like, I want to go back to taking care of myself, like when you're stressed out and when you're depressed, like some of the basic things that I used to do, it's like it's a struggle for me to just do. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm being honest and being transparent because like it's completely normal for somebody who is high functioning in a depressive state, that you know they're always on the go, always on the move. It's always stuff that needs to be done and you're doing everything that you can to stay afloat. Like I really need to kind of get back to that place. And I first thing I want to do, like from my head to my toes, like I do my own nails and my own toenails and stuff. I have not did my toes in so long. It's so embarrassing, and I'm not even gonna show you what my toes look like right now because it's really trifling. But I do need to like take care of myself. I am gonna go. I'm gonna take my time taking my bath. I'm not gonna worry about what them kids is doing, if they running up and down the steps, if they have done what they are not done what they were supposed to do or didn't. Like my time in the shower is literally my time. I don't rush the process. I don't like to rush the process. Everything that I need to take care of, like as far as my hygiene and putting on my best perfume, putting on some nice clothes, even if I'm not really going anywhere, like I'm getting back to that point, because like when you look good, literally you do feel good about yourself. Like I got these braids almost 2 months ago and I just felt like a brand new woman, a brand new person, because like, yeah, I know how to do my own hair, but when you're like depressed, or, you know, you don't have the energy, like you literally do the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to go and find that outfit. But my cousin, she was just like so disappointed in me. Like, you know, we are like the fashionistas in our family, right? And I was so in a depressive mood and she didn't even catch it, you know, and I'm not expecting her to, because I don't really like to talk about like, you know, when I'm depressed and all of this kind of stuff, because the first thing people like to say is, oh, you know, you need to go to therapy. Like, you know, first of all, wait a minute. And how do you know that I've never been to therapy? Like, how do you know, like, you know, I want you to be, when you see somebody that is like in a different state of mind and they don't really look like themselves, they're not acting like themselves, like don't go into solution mode right away. Like, you know, but be a human and just ask like, hey, you know, is everything okay? You know, what's going on? Like, I noticed this has changed, that has changed. Like, you know, how can I help you? Or whatever the case not is. Oh, well, you need to go to therapy. I don't know what's going on with you. You know, it seems like you're being dismissive of somebody's needs, something that they're struggling with. And I know like my cousin, she didn't mean anything by it or whatever. And no, it wasn't that she was telling me like to go to therapy, but it was just like, dang, like, girl, you know better. Like, you know, she didn't ask like, you know, what's going on, what's wrong or whatever. And like I said, I'm not expecting her to. It's all love. I get it. I understand. But I'm going to try to post a picture of what I went to work looking like. Like, although I'm going to work, and although I was going to work and I wasn't going to really be seeing anybody because I knew nobody was going to be in the office that day, I still had to go past a whole bunch of people. And just the fact that like I came out of the house like looking like that, like it was ridiculous. And I knew better, but I'm just trying to get back to that person, you know. I also want to go back to like wearing my little makeup and stuff. Like, listen, yes, I get up early in the morning or whatever, but you know, it's to the point now where it's like I don't really care too much about my job. I'm thankful that I have a job, but I don't even care. Like, you know, at this point, I'm thinking like the worst of every situation every day that I go to work, and I have to like literally change that. And it's to the point where I don't care what I look like when I go to work. I stop dressing up whenever I go to work. I don't put on makeup whenever I go to work. It depends on how late and stuff I get up. Like, yes, I have a shower at my job, but it's just like the basics of the basics I struggle with. Like, I don't know what else to say. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to take my time, get ready, because now I think whenever I first started talking to y'all, it was like 12 o'clock, but so much have just went by. I had to like take a step back and take a mental break, because I don't know, like that whole conversation with my child's father is just crazy to me. And I'm just like, Lord, you see me trying to serve you every single day. You see me trying to bring my kids closer to you every single day. You see, we have our Bible time, we pray. This is not just a routine that we do. Like, I want this to be a lifestyle for me and my kids. And it's just like, God, I was like, I know I wanted you to answer my prayers, but I didn't want it to be to this extreme. Like, why can't it be like, I feel like that right there was like a confirmation for me to cut it off, and he's cutting things off in a violent way. Like when God does not want something in your life and something abruptly ends, like, or something like is very clear to you that it's just never going to work, he makes it violent. That means it's a violent stop, that if you ever go back to it, that whatever happens after that, God's hands is off of that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's kind of giving you these warnings like, I told you so. Don't do this. I told you so. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Let me go ahead and write out all of the things that I need to do, and then just kind of work on it one by one. So this is Psalm 27, 9, and 10. You've always been right there for me. Don't turn your back on me now. Don't throw me out. Don't abandon me. You've always kept the door open. My father and mother walked out and left me, but God took me in. And I show my kids this, and I tell them all the time, like, listen, when your mother or your father, like, sometimes I might be getting on your nerves or whatever I said, but at the end of the day, this is all love. Like, I really care about you. I want the best for you. I want the best for this entire family. Like, I speak good things over my life, but I also am a realist as well. So I let them know, like, hey, listen, you know, you don't want to go down this path. Like, I see certain things happening, and I was like, I don't want this to happen over your life. And I was like, you know, you still have to honor your mother. You still have to honor your father, even when they get on your nerves, even when, you know, you don't like them, even when they walk out or walk away from your life. Like, whatever gap that you feel that you have in your life, that is where God is going to step in. That's why in the Bible it says, God says, I am that I am, because God cannot always be your vindicator in every season of your life, because you're not going to need vindication in every season of your life. You might need vindication in one season, and you might need financial support in the next season, which then he will be what? Your provider. You might need him to be love, you know, because you might not feel love in your life. You know, you might need for him to be your protector. You might need him to be whatever it is in different seasons of your life. And I try to show that and explain that to my kids so that they know that, listen, God is whoever you need him to be, because he is all knowing. He knows everything that's going on. He knows what's getting ready to happen. That's why we follow the life of instructions right here, which is our Bible. So anyway, I try to live off of that, y'all. I promise you. I'm not even stressed out, but I'm just kind of shooken up of the violent force of the answer that God just gave me, of the prayer that I asked him. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, sometimes, like, listen, don't let nobody, if you're a single mama, which I'm pretty sure you are, don't let nobody sit here and tell you that you need to have them around no matter what. Because listen, because if your child's father is toxic, if he's bringing toxicity, he's not bringing peace in your life. Your kids are scared of him. Your kids don't want to be around him. Your kids are doing all of this stuff. Listen, why would you keep bringing that same like mess into your life? You know what I'm saying? And so I know for me, I'm so hard-headed. I'm so loving. I like to give people chance after chance, even though it hurts me. But at the end of the day, like, you know, you cannot be like so in love with your children that you're willing to hurt yourself in the process just so they don't get hurt. Like, if you're the primary parent, you got to be able to take care of yourself. And if this man is being hateful and devilish towards you, and he's showing that in front of the children, how is that helping the child? Like, you got to be able to cut ties and cut that off. You know, when you're a parent, certain things change. I feel like I'm going in a tangent. Comment below if y'all want me to talk about it, kind of give you some advice on dealing with children, your children's dad, your child's father, or whatever the case. Like, I have story times for days. I got advice for days. But I'm telling you, like, it's not worth it to stay around a situation that is harmful to you, and it's also harmful to your children, because at the end of the day, you got to be well. So I am finally attempting to clean up. It is just taking a whole lot out of me, and I was supposed to have had like all of this stuff cleaned up by 2-3 o'clock, because I didn't want to spend like my whole Saturday cleaning up. But it looks like I'm just gonna have to. I ain't even like took my bath, did my daughter's hair, just did a little self-care for myself. Like, I'd done absolutely nothing. So I'm just trying to just get everything together, because it's just so much going on. Like, this is a week, 2 weeks worth of accumulation of just disorder. And I'm telling you, like I just said, today is just going to be the last day. I don't know, y'all. I just really need some order. I just need to just get my life together. Okay, so I had to take a quick break so I can take my kids to the library. They close at 3 o'clock. It's now 2:40. So I got their books checked out. And yeah, I need to hurry up and go home. Hopefully I don't run into anybody, because I look a mess. My daughter looks a mess. All right, thank you. So I have my kids playing Uno. They beat me the last time, and I decided not to play this go round because I have to cook. And I am cooking potatoes. Oh, hold on, y'all. But yeah, so I'm cooking potatoes right here, and then the baked chicken right there. And honestly, I feel like some asparagus would go good with it too, but I don't have that right now. It just never fails. Legit, I will give my kids a simple instruction, and they will just beg to do something that I specifically said no to. And they think that the decision is going to change after I just said no. Literally 5 minutes ago. I'm just cutting out my cucumbers because I want to have a cucumber salad to go with my meals. And I'm trying to incorporate salads and stuff into my kids' diet, or some type of vegetable. So I got some fresh parsley here. Put a little bit of oil in there, some salt and pepper. And that'll be something healthy and something simple. I think I got some tomatoes too. I'll probably put some tomatoes in there too, or like at least make that an option, huh? You don't have to take, no, leave that alone, because it's going to be making a lot of noise. And I don't want to do that right now. I can't remember where I got this from. But basically, it sliced my vegetables. It looks dirty, and I don't know why, because I haven't used it in a while. Yeah, so anyway, child, when I tell you today has like literally drained me, like it took everything out of me to do the basics. Like, I finally had to force myself to cook and to get everything together, stay motivated, stay focused. I took my bath. I did my hair a little bit. I think I put some makeup on too. But child, I was looking at this as I'm like, as y'all see it now. And when I tell you, like, y'all, I have gained so much weight. Like, I've gained my weight back that I lost this summer. Like, I'm going to show y'all a picture, or maybe do a separate video on that. But I have just been trying to get back in the swing of things of eating healthy and going back to the gym. But when I tell you life has been life in me, and I was like, I don't even have the motivation to go to the gym. But half the time, you're not going to have the motivation. So that's why I said, let me do something on my end and let me just at least start eating healthy. And hopefully with that, that'll give me like more energy or whatnot. But y'all, it's working a little bit, but I also need to go to sleep too. Like sleep, that definitely helps, along with having a clean diet. All of that just plays a factor in your weight loss journey. So this is FYI, ladies. I feel like I want to wrap up this video now. I am finally going outside to get my little exercise in because I never made it to the gym today. Today is Sunday and I am pretty much just relaxing right now. I've got my cooking out of the way. I got to do my daughter's hair, and then I got to wash my clothes. And then from there, I should be ready for another work week. Still living my life in hope and expectation of new beginnings, open doors, and opportunities. I went to church today. I feel great. I feel encouraged. Trying not to, be all over the place. But we're gonna see. I got my kids are outside playing in front of my yard, and they was like, oh, can we go with you? I was like, wait a minute, just give me a moment. Let me just walk first. Let me walk one block, and then I'll come back around and get you. So yeah, I just need to kind of regroup and get myself together, because like my mind has just kind of been all over the place. And just with the series of events that happened yesterday, when my child's father just giving me a call, and I'm just like, I'm just so like, I'm not upset, but it's just like, this has been going on for years. And we literally went like 4.5 years without talking to each other, with him not seeing the kids, with everything, like literally. And it was a reason why, I packed up my kids and I left. Like, this wasn't a bitter baby mama, because 9 times out of 10, it's never a bitter baby mama situation. It's always, for the safety of your children, or for yourself, or both. And literally, that's what the case was. And so, I brought him around, and now it's just like back to the same, like, why do you want to argue? And I just kind of wish, I'm not going to say I came to the conclusion, because like I already knew that this person that I brought back around, like he was, he knew that, I brought him back around in hopes that he would change and kind of be like a better father. But long story short, he just still wants me. He still cares, still wants to be with me. And I'm not into that toxicity anymore. Like, I feel so free, like so many doors and stuff have opened up for me and my children the moment that I let him go. And I just felt like he was really my downfall. And people be like, I hate this narrative about, single parents and stuff, like, oh, well, you should have chose better, you should have picked better. Like, nobody signs up to be a single mother, okay? Nobody signs up to
be like, you know, dealing with, like, you know, you never know who you're dealing with until like it's too late. Like, I know people who had got married, didn't show no signs of the person being crazy, no signs at all, and they go up and get married, and they turn into these completely different people. And my thing is, marriage is a beautiful thing. You're gonna like you gotta want to grow with that person. You gotta want to like this person at each stage and each area. Like, you gotta put forth that effort. And you know, he was just I could go on and on and on. Comment below, y'all, if y'all want me to talk about this, because like I'm trying to like not say anything right now because I feel like this vlog is long enough. But at the same time, I'm just like, y'all, I be wanting to tell y'all and talk to y'all, because you know, just being a single parent is just not easy at all. Like, it's just not. And at first I was like, oh, I got things under control. Oh, hold on, there's a dog and I don't know if he's on a leash. Hold on, because I'm about to jump on somebody's car. Okay. All right. So anyway, child, I didn't know if I was gonna have to jump on somebody's car. Comment below if y'all want to kind of hear my story. Like, I don't mind sharing my testimony, because number one, it's not a lie, and number two, it's not to expose anybody, but this is the truth, my truth. And yeah, so all right, y'all, I done walked the block now, so I'm about to go pick up my kids, and I'm just gonna end this vlog right here. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time in the next video. Bye.